Hi, we are surprising kids with their first trip to Disney World for Christmas. We would like to plan a midday break. I kind of talked about that. But I'm worried about parks reaching capacity. My kids are old enough to be able to power through. They'll be 9 and 10. But my husband gets grumpy when he is tired. What do you recommend if we get locked? If we get locked out of the parks, can we visit another one instead, even if we don't have park hoppers? Jen, I think you're probably talking about Christmas Day. That's pretty much the only time that there's a problem with. Ooh, I just did something bad there. There's a problem with getting into the parks. Is Christmas Day. So you cannot, if they are to the highest level of closure where they're not letting guests in. Once you exit, you're not going to get back in. Now, that typically only happens in the Magic Kingdom on Christmas Day. So all the rest of the parks, they typically don't get to that level of closure. So we're talking about the Magic Kingdom only on Christmas Day. It really doesn't happen any other time. So only on Christmas Day does it get to the point where you can't get into the park. You go out, you're not getting back in immediately. Now, as the day progresses, people start to go home or go to other places, go out to eat, go to Epcot to eat or whatever. And usually by 7 o'clock, they're letting everybody back in again anyway. So I would say if you go out in the afternoon, go out at noon or 1 and you try to come back at 5 or 6, you're probably going to get back in because the level of closure has come down. The not letting anybody in is the highest level. I'm not going to go through them all, but typically resort guests, if you're staying on property in a Disney hotel, most of the time you're going to be able to get in. Unless they're in that highest level of closure, which usually only happens between like 10 or 11 o'clock and like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And then they start coming down on the closure rate. So if you've got a park hopper, will you be able to go to a different park? No. If you don't have a park hopper, you can't go to another park. You can only go to the Magic Kingdom, whatever park you were in. So hope that answers your question. Power through, sure. Take some time, sit down, take a long break. It's not going to be overwhelmingly hot, so you can find a place to sit and relax. You can just kind of have a little picnic over in front of the castle in some of those areas over there. Yes, you need to take some kind of midday break. I wouldn't recommend going out of the park on Christmas Day.